Alright, so first I would like to say many thanks to cinecom.net for providing these clips from a GS5, I guess, that I can use as an example. So basically I don't want to be very negative, but I'm not switching from Premiere mainly because the interface of this version 14 of Resolve, I have dual monitors and I cannot use the dual monitors. Plus the speaker, it's always on, you know, I don't understand that. I turn it off and then if I go to a different mode, then sometimes the picker comes back, you know. What's bothering me the most, it's under the color mode, is the fact that in the dual screen mode, which I can go here under workspace, dual screen, and if I put it on, then I basically have this, which I have my histograms, all of them, and actually, you know, I don't need all of them, so it's not very convenient, you know, for me. Okay, keyframes, I understand if you do some kind of tracking, masking tracking, blah, blah, that you might want to control your keyframing on that. But and okay, I understand that for the color correction, let's say I need my waveforms, but I don't really want all of them in once. It's actually distracting, and for me this whole second screen, it's not very useful. And not to mention also that in here, the other problem that I'm having is that I would like to have, let's say, the color wheels here and also have the curves on the right side of it. So, you know, mainly I work with that because there's different modes under the color wheels, which they're very powerful and great controls. And the curves also have amazing controls and a lot of different types of curves, which it's amazing from the software perspective and from the tools that he has. But as far as the interface, if you have low resolution screens, it's just not very smart thought out, basically. So this is the reason that I don't like it so much. I think you can do amazing things with the software, but you know, it just doesn't work for me in the dual screen mode. In the media mode, it works fine. You have full screen and you can actually see your footage, you know, even if you just grab it, they pop into full screen. And then if you double click, they pop on there and it's fine. So this works very well in dual screen. And then the edit mode, also it's fine. You know, I would like to have different things here. Okay, you have the effects and the stuff, but in the same time, you know, I don't know, I would like to have different types of controls. And then the color mode, which I will use the software the most for that, because Adobe doesn't have the speed grade anymore, or they abandon it completely. This software basically replaces that, and it's a very powerful tool, but it's a pain in the ass. If you have dual screen, you cannot take advantage of that. So, you know, the audio doesn't matter, and then the delivery, it's in one screen anyway. So then, like I said, it makes no sense for me. This, I don't like it. I'd rather use it into basically, where is this here, turn the dual screen off, and then it comes up like that. And even now, you know, like I said, if I could have the curves here, it would be amazing. Like if you can kind of customize your interface, it would be great. And then you can detach this actually somehow like this. And then it can pop up here in the second monitor. So it's fine. But it would be great if you could actually somehow move, you know, some of these controls here instead of just having the keyframing here. If I could have the window of the keyframes, but also have some other stuff here, not just get limited to that, and then, you know, somehow it's just not very smart. Like here, it's okay, for example, because you can turn your timeline on and off, you can put the clips on and off, and that makes sense. And then, you know, you can put your nodes on, which sometimes this takes a while. And you have the effects control here, which also somehow seems like it takes a while. So I don't get this, you know. Let me see if I go like this. Oh, you see. And see, again, I have this picker. I don't want the picker. If I want to pick the picker, I want to pick the picker. But I don't want the picker to just be on by itself without me choosing it. I don't know what this does. You should just pop this under. See? It's not working right. So, you know, I think they still have some work to do under the interface. I think the edit mode, they improved a lot and it looks very good. I don't know what the crap, this doesn't do nothing. So it's just a pain in my ass. Anyway, and this is the point. So if they'll make their interface a bit more customizable and be able to, you know, to do stuff more easier on it, to be able to move things around and make it yours, you know, make it more custom basically, it would be great. And then I know that you have to have a dedicated screen, but I really do not want to have another screen because I will have two screens and I don't want to be looking at so many screens around. It's two screens, it's enough to be looking at. So for me, this is a great setup to work with dual screen, but more than that, it's just, you know, I will have to get another monitor and even another video card for the external monitor or something. You know, I can just work in dual screen, it would be great. But with this, I cannot. So I'm going to show you in Premiere how do I do it in the dual screen mode. and the way it actually works better. So if Resolve could fix this somehow to where you can make this full screen but be able to move your control into the second screen, it would be great. That's all I'm asking. That's it. The rest, it's okay. It needs some work, the interface. That's all I'm going to say. So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to work in Premiere, how I've been working in Premiere, and actually the way it works for me. So now I have to quit this because I cannot minimize it. I don't understand this. Yeah, I'm not going to save. All right, so in Premiere, as you can see, I can customize my workspace, and it works a lot better for me. I can have this full screen. I can have my timeline here, and then I can have my Lumetric here where I can turn the effects on and off, or adjust them, or do whatever. I can have my histogram here, and I can put different type of histograms in there. So basically I can work on this screen and view on the second screen. I don't need to have another screen and buy another monitor and all that. So, if I want to play, I can play from here. I can actually even turn the effects off completely from here. So you can see how it was without effects or with the effects, which I think works very well. I have to stop, I guess. And yeah. So, you have different controls and you can add more. But the main thing is that I can view the stuff in a full screen mode. And the thing is I have low resolution screens because I want to be able to see 1080 and 720p at good resolution. So I'd rather have lower resolution screens than having 4K screens, since I'm not working with 4K so much. So this is the reason that I'm having actually low resolution screens. So because of that, DaVinci is not very convenient, and it's not very easy, and I cannot set it up the way I want. If I could set it up like this, it would be amazing, but I cannot. So this way I'm working still in Premiere because of that. Now color grading, I can pretty much do everything I do there, I can do here. Of course, and I have so much control and so much very specific tools for color correction, and supposedly the color science is not so accurate. But I can also do here tracking, and I can do masking and all that. Under every effect, you have the options to do, if you want to do a mask, you can see here, you can actually track it and all that. So you can do the same. It doesn't have so much different stuff compared to Premiere. It just has more tools as far as color go, because you have many different types of curves that you can control different levels of curves. And Premiere just has, it has the color wheels, it has the basic here, which works pretty much like in Lightroom. And then, it has other things like this is like the vignette, for example, and then you have this is the secondary. This you can also make a type of a color mask that picks on the certain type of color, and then you can change it. And so it has, pretty good controls. This is the thing that people don't understand. If you're going to edit a wedding, for example, you don't need to do that type of level of color correction and grading. If you're going to color a movie, then it's a different story. But for everyday type of, production type of use, there's no need to color grade at that level. So Premiere is doing a very fine, great job with that. And, I don't have to switch right now because it's not offering that much more. The only thing that is offering is that the fact that it's free. That's the biggest, I think, plus. But they still have to work on the interface. They change a lot, I think, on the version 14, but they could improve it even more. So if they're listening, please improve the interface, and then more people, I think, would go there. Plus here, the other thing there with all these nodes and stuff, it is confusing. It's like in Photoshop with layers. And for, let's say, if I have to edit pictures from a wedding, I'm not going to go to Photoshop because it's just not very convenient. It's there, you go to do compositions. It's different. It's a different software for different type of work. So that's what I think. I think for normal, editing and grading and stuff, Premiere, it's super duper. I have no issues with it. DaVinci, you can go there for very specific things in case you need it, but I will not switch right now. I think they can make that. The Premiere, I can move these windows around any way I want and have different types of, workspaces after that. Like, for example, this is a different workspace. So if you look at it, it's totally different. But, I can customize this any way I want. So for me, this is more important than having these super duper powerful tools that I'm not going to use very often, Anyway, that's my opinion. And I know some people are not going to like it, but let me know what you think.